Yo, what's going on? We're gonna do our recap of the haves and the have-nots. Oh my goodness, it was so good, right? Okay, so it started out with Candace and Erica, the best friends, in the car, and they were camping out trying to see what's going on with Oscar. So Oscar pulled up, go into a building. Who pulls up in back of Oscar is David. So it all clicked. And that's why it's called I Am a Wolf. Because wolves sit back and they look at their prey, baby, and Candace is sitting back and she's looking at her prey, and then who scares the shit out of her? Mitch. What? Where did you come from? And so Mitch comes on the side of the car, and he was like, "Yeah." Mitch is Benny's best friend, Candace's brother, Benny's best friend. So Mitch tells Candace, he's like, I know you heard what happened to War. I got him set up, yo. Yes, we got the money and we planted some dope on him. And Candace said, you did what? Out of her peripheral vision, she wouldn't even look at him because she would have just choked his esophagus out of his throat had she had eye contact on him. She was like, because he meant War is going to kill her. He is going to snatch her everything and put it in some greens and boil this bitch for Sunday supper this Sunday coming up. We're gonna have cream of Candace for this because he's acting like War doesn't have one call like from jail. War has one call. He will kill this bitch like subliminally through osmosis, telepathically. He will call, finish her off. She had me set up. Okay, that's it. That's my call. I'll see you bitches when you put money on my books and come to visit. That's okay. So Candace knows what kind of life this is, but Mitch doesn't because Candace is like, Mitch, you ain't even about this life. So then Erica's in the car, like she didn't even hear any of the conversation. She was like, what just happened? He was like, he got me set up, you dumb bitch. And so, anyway, so that happened. Okay, so moving on, Candace's ass is gonna get snatched. But before she gets her ass snatched by War, I just pray every night before I go to sleep. I pray for world peace. I pray for my family. And I also pray that Candace will snatch her across the street neighbor's ass before this season is over. We have 3 videos to go before she snatch her neighbor's ass because I bought a special bag of Cheetos, not the cheddar cheese. I have the flaming. This is gonna be some real ghetto gangster shit when Candace snatched that neighbor's ass, and I'm gonna wipe the Cheetos on my clothes. I'm not gonna even use a napkin. I'm not gonna wash my. I'm gonna wipe the Cheetos on my flaming hot. I'm gonna have red marks on my clothes. So anyway, um, in the hospital, let's go to the hospital because Wyatt is alive now, and Catherine, she will ask, can I borrow your kidney, bitch? So Catherine asks Hannah, her friend, to go to the hospital because her son is like in his vegetated state. He's in a self-induced coma. Not vegetated, but he's in a self-induced coma. And she's like, you look at him and put the phone up to his ear so I can hear da 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 da. So when this happened, and so when Hannah is leaving, she sees Jeffrey because Jeffrey finds out that his best friend is alive. So she just starts speaking full slave language. I'm just gonna tell you, she starts speaking when she saw Jeffrey. She's, I don't know what to do. Your mama talk to you like that. I just pray every time she talk to you like that. I want you to pray too. You look at me in my slave eyes and you tell me you's gonna pray, Jeffrey. So Jeffrey is looking at her like, bitch, I don't know why to talk like that. My mother was right, honey. You were born on the other sides of the track. So anyway, he said, no, for real. He's such a thing. I make myself laugh sometimes. So Jeffrey said, all right, mama, I'm gonna pray. So anyway, so he goes in there and baby, he climbs up on top of Wyatt. I almost blacked out, gave myself mouth to mouth resuscitation with my own hand. I came back to life. I drank some water. I looked at it. He was still on top of him. And I blacked the fuck out again. Jeffrey climbed up on top of his man. Put his arm around, right, his old brain dead arm and shit on him and climbed in bed, baby. But who came from the roof? Miss Veronica. She came floating down. She was like, Jeffrey, if you were any law, it would be a crime in 3 countries, honey, starting with Budapest. Honey, if you did some shit like this in the Middle East, honey, okay. Baby, she said, Jeffrey, if you don't get your ass off that bed. So she started walking. She's tired of this. Veronica is tired of this. Right. Well, this needs to end. Okay, honey, every bus has to stop, honey. And this is yours. Right. What you gonna do? Ride on the bus all week? So anyway, Veronica had her damn butcher knife pumpkin and she was walking over to Wyatt, and then Jeffrey stood in front of her, and then Veronica said, "Oh, I know that look." Baby, that was tea in a coffee cup because nobody's ever checked Veronica. Baby, I started stirring my coffee. Oh, I drank it even though it was hot. It was burning my esophagus. But when Veronica said, "I know that look, Jeffrey," he said, "That's right. I will put my foot in your ass messing with my man, Wyatt. I know how you feel about him, honey. You ain't coming over here to give him a hug." So anyway, it was just too much. So then Veronica said, "But I tell you one motherfucking thing, Jeffrey." In her crazy voice, because you know Veronica has that crazy voice. "If you ever put your in the eyebrows. If you ever put your hands, and if you ever raise your hands on me again, what Quincy did will be a walk in the park." She put a one old Yoruba priestess spell on him, just like on Ayala Van Zandt, baby. When Ayala Van Zandt told DMX, "You don't get to speak to me ever!" Baby, she told DMX, "You don't get to speak to me ever." I was like, Ayala just gave it to, wait, that was like so much street credibility on a spiritual level. Like, Ayala Van Zandt can go to church like, what? Right. Right. Okay. I cussed out DMX, honey. On right. Pitbull in a skirt. We love Ayala, honey. She will pray for you, beloved. But it's incomplete, Sheree. It's incomplete. So I love her. So let's go to some other incomplete things. Like, back to you, Hannah. Your hair is incomplete. You know when Hannah's hair hit the water, if she put in the shower, her hair gonna come out looking like Tracy Chapman living in a fast car because those braids have been in here all season. We got 3 more shows. I am praying. I'm looking for a miracle. Hannah's gonna get them out, even if she gets the finger waves. I don't care. Okay, so this fight between David and Benny is too much. David, you took the gun out too late, but David is his wife's husband. I will say that. David is ride or die. He was like, "Look, little young buck, I'm about to come over here. Don't say anything else to my son, ever." And then he was like, "Can you turn my phones on?" Benny with his retarded slow ass, because he is not getting it. Like, don't talk to my, because Benny don't have children. Ain't that he's retarded. He just don't have children. So he was like, don't say nothing else to my son. Cause right, I'm gonna take this damn junkyard or whatever this shit is, this tow yard, whatever, and stick it up your pee hole. Don't say nothing else to my son. And Benny is like, "But can you turn my phones on?" Oh Lord, you don't get it. So he had to pull a gun out on Benny. So Benny started struggling. It was just all messed up, and then they messed up that suit. I love that suit David had on. Then he had to get the suit in the water because Benny got him down on the ground. It's just too much. And then let me tell you when else Hannah started talking. It wasn't like a slave, but she started talking like they did in The Color Purple. Not just any scene in The Color Purple, but when they gave the children the ceremony in Africa. When she saw her grandson, Hannah saw her grandson playing in that hospital playroom, she started speaking full Swahili. She was like, "Oh, look, and then he started speaking Swahili. He knew exactly what she said. "Oh, look, mama, mama, oh, look, mama." And so the nurse was like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And so Hannah walks up to the nurse and she was like, "You see us communicating. This is my child and all this." And then the nurse was like, "Well, you can't take him just because you speak Swahili and he speaks Swahili. I need the mother to come." And they told me that Candace don't know shit about Swahili. That bitch speaks caviar and Bentley. And then Hannah was like, "Oh, look, mama, nothing but nothing, keep me away from you." So they did that, and then she left her grandson there. It was just so sad. Let's get back to Jim Cryer and War. Jim Cryer, when he said War's whole name, he was like Warlock Anthony the first, second, third, and fourth. Your ass was born October 2nd, 1983. He gave it to us the way we like. He said, I know who you are just because I wasn't looking at you on my peripheral vision, honey. I wouldn't put you in my coffee, and if I did, I wouldn't stir it. Mm, that was hot. So when Jim's best friend came to jail and told him his son was alive, then he started putting water in his coffee and stirring it. I was like, who would have thought? Okay, so then they came up with this plan because come to find out, Candace ass did this $400,000. She told War she only got $400,000 when she got 7.4. So she's about to get her ass snatched by War. She's like, snatched, pumpkin. Mm-hmm. But we know Candace is about to make cream of what, baby. All I got to say is caution on the whole thing. Listen, if you like the recaps, like them, pass them on. Just proceed with caution when you watch the have and the have-nots. Because what do you have or do you have not? I just want to say, pass the videos on, like the videos, and definitely subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time on the have and the have-nots recap. All right, peace.